All right, welcome back. We continue. 412-575-2600 is the number of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Bordas and Bordas Hotline. We've got a lot of people on the line. Let's get right to them. Harry, go ahead, Harry.
Hey, Bobby, what's going on? You want to make a good team there, disagreeing and all. But I have to agree with you on that Stevens hit to Dumoulin. Why? I know the officials don't get very much right, especially that goal.
No, they do. They actually do. It's a tough job, and I think they
yeah, but, getting back to that, what about targeting? Like the college players do?
Well, I think the NFL is headed more in that direction. This is not. You're not going to see that in this sport, and I don't think that was a target necessarily. All I'm saying, thanks, Harry, is that you should be responsible. If you make contact with somebody, said, I don't care the intent, I don't care if it was an accident, you make contact. Therefore, you get a 2-minute penalty, and then it's subject to more discipline after that, or whatever the case may be. But by always saying it's unavoidable, you're opening up Pandora's box, aren't you, Ron?
Well, yeah, I mean, if they'd have called a 2-minute penalty on Wilson, I would have been perfectly happy with it. I just don't think it was worth supplemental discipline, Bob. I think each case is different. I wish the league was more consistent than it is, but it's not. The same thing with the NFL. We see them come down with discipline. One case, it's they throw the book at a guy. The next case, they don't. Consistency is what we all want, and we don't get it from any of these.
Rob in the Hill District. Hey, Rob, how are you doing?
All right, Bob, I disagree with some of the draft choices. I think Tom Bradley being our defensive back coach and his good relationship he got with Bud Foster down at Virginia Tech convinced him to draft that dude, Terrell Edmonds. I got him rated as the number 11 safety in the draft. The guy they got in the 5th round, Marcus Allen, safety, was rated the number 8 safety in the draft. The Steelers should have traded out of the 1st round, moved down to the 2nd round, drafted that running back from LSU, got some extra picks, and went on from there. Peace.
All right, Rob. Listen, I'll tell you this. I thought the Steelers made an attempt to move up. The problem was they were blocked by the Baltimore Ravens, who were not going to make a trade with them. So a trade for Tennessee was easier. They moved up and took a guy that the Steelers wanted. When I saw this all unfold, I didn't like how it unfolded, Ron. I thought the 1st round, I thought they should have targeted an inside linebacker. I know they wanted to, but it didn't come to them. Should they have been more aggressive, do you think, moving up the ladder?
Especially after they trade Martavis Bryant, get the extra 3rd round pick, you would like to think so. I didn't like what they did. I thought the offense, without trading Martavis, is good enough to win a Super Bowl. I thought they needed help on defense, and then they draft the safety. Many people think Edmonds is a reach. And then the next 3 guys are offensive players. Made no sense to me, especially a quarterback. And, Mason Rudolph may end up being the next Tom Brady. And if he does, I'll come back on this show and say how wrong I was. But if Ben plays 2 or 3 more years, he won't play for 2 or 3 years.
I understand that, but I also can't argue with their 1st round grade on him. And if he's available when he was available and they felt that he was the best option at that point.
Yeah, obviously, Bob, nobody else had a 1st round grade on him. He was 76th pick in the draft.
That, but they also have only so many quarterbacks that were needed. A lot of teams don't need quarterbacks.
Yeah, 5 went in the 1st round.
I understand that. Hey, listen, I hope Ben plays for 5 more years effectively. That's a nice problem to have. You can also trade Mason Rudolph like Jimmy Garoppolo was traded and get something if you want to. But, how about if Ben doesn't play? How about if something happens and you need a guy?
Why did you draft Josh Dobbs last year in the 4th round?
I didn't understand it then. I don't even understand Landry Jones, to be honest. I would rather spend money on backup journeymen, like Hoyer, like anyone else who's out there. Just bring them in back up because they're not going to play anyway in most cases. And if they do, you're in trouble regardless. Right. So I guess we talked too much. We're due for a break. We'll take it and come back right after this.